Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of Blink Charging, ticker symbol BLNK. And so here we are looking at the daily chart on Thursday, April 25th, after the market has closed, and Blink closed at a price of $2.31, being down almost 1% on the day, but turning it around, going up a little bit in the after hours, actually reclaiming the 2 pennies that went down today. So potentially there's some upside through the after hours and potentially into tomorrow. But I did want to follow up on this because it was requested. And basically, my stance on the stock is the same. And so let's see, back here on March 14th, when earnings came out, I believe that's when I started covering Blink. And I had suggested that it looked like it could be forming this descending triangle that we see here outlined in white. And that is a bearish pattern that does tend to break to the downside. And the reason that breaks to the downside is this level here at $2.22 gets tested over and over and over, and eventually it breaks. And so that is one thing that does stand out to me with the chart, that is a bearish pattern. It is quite possible, though, that we could see a bounce from this level going up to the top of the wedge, or triangle, I should say, but ultimately I think it will be breaking lower. And so on April 22nd, on Monday, we did see a wick below $2.22, hitting a low of $2.18. So that is potentially concerning. But we have since then seen a bounce and then another retest of that level, hitting a low today of $2.23. So just being 1 penny above that key level there. But there's another thing that I highlighted in a previous video that does stand out to me also as being bearish, which is this purple uptrend. And so from this uptrend, what I see is a head and shoulders pattern. And it does look like we have broken below the neckline. And while a bounce over the past week does seem like, it could be good that, price tested this level, went up, also, getting near the level here on the 16th, hitting a low of 224 and then bouncing up. But what I see is actually another bearish, or actually multiple bearish signs here. So one is that we've seen this down move with consolidation. And so that suggests to me that this is a bear flag. And then following the test of this level, $2.22, the following day, we saw a move to the upside, basically testing the neckline, returning to the scene of the crime when we broke through that level on the 15th with this 7.6% down move on the day. And we have tested that uptrend multiple times, getting rejected from it. And so that suggests to me that not only is the head and shoulders pattern still in play, that we've gotten rejected from that uptrend, and we are testing right around the bottom of this falling triangle. So I do feel like there are a number of bearish signs with the stock. So I am leaning towards this going down. But there are some levels to be paying attention to in case I'm wrong. Always a possibility. Always good to be prepared for the upside as well as the downside. And so like in this case, I am prepared for the downside. But if I'm wrong, I see the high that was hit on April 18th, which was at $2.49, or really you could just think of it as $2.50. That is a key level that we need to see closes above, or at really, since that is above the high hit on the 18th. And also that is the high that is above the high hit on the 15th, which was again $2.49. So if we can see a close at or above $2.50, that to me would negate a lot of these bearish signs that I'm seeing. But as time does move on, $2.50 is eventually going to be below that uptrend. So the sooner we can get to and close above $2.50, the better. And if we cannot, I do think that the down moves will be playing out. But, before those down moves do play out, I do think it is good that we have not seen any closes below the wick low hit on the 22nd, which was $2.18. We've also seen other wick lows like the one on the 16th being at 224 and this one to 223. So, if we are closing in the 224 or lower area, I think that does suggest bearish moves to the downside. And if we were to take a measurement from the top of this head and shoulders, which I've done before in previous videos, we would get a move down about $1.35, which would be taking price to the 2618 extension from this retracement, and that is at a price of $1.15. However, it is quite possible that as it does move down, it does stop at the 1618 extension at $1.91. So while I know it is not anything we want to be hearing, I do think that it looks like this is likely going down to $2 a share, if not lower. And so for me, I am not partaking in this trade. The only time that I have partaken in it was around earnings. It looked like it was bumping into resistance. I took out one put, made $1 on it. Other than that, I've been on the sidelines. And, I would potentially be interested in it if it did wick below to one of these levels, but closed above, showing that there were some bottoming signals. And right now, I just don't see that. What I see is a bear flag below resistance at the base of a descending triangle, which is bearish and will eventually break to the downside. And so I do feel like that is going to be happening sooner than later. And so, that is where I stand. I do feel like any of the green moves that we have seen over the past couple weeks, I think they have just been showing rejection from this purple uptrend. And if you are curious how I did draw that purple uptrend, that is based on the low of January 17th, as well as, I believe, the low of March 22nd. So those are the two pivot points. And so you can keep an eye on that if you like. But really, I think we really just need to be seeing closes at or above $2.50. And if we can't see that, I suspect $2 is on the table. But, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.